usually the way Destiny has worked for me is if PvE isn't appealing, PvP becomes really appealing. And so then I'll put
Okay.
a bunch of matches and hours into PvP. And if PvP is not appealing, then it usually just becomes PvE. And then I put a bunch of hours into PvE activities and doing those kinds of things. Since the final shape came out, it has really shifted to just being more of a PvP experience than a PvE experience. Just
Gotcha.
because the PvE experience, as I said, became so trivialized that I was like, there was no sense of reward. It was like I waited many years for Palindrome to enter the game. It was a gun I was extremely interested in having. I missed out on it when it first, or I guess the first two times it came around because I wasn't playing. So I had waited many years for it. And when it came out, like I played, I think it was 119 Grandmaster Nightfalls in order to get my perfect roll of Palindrome. And to the point where like I would go in and solo GMs. There was one specific GM where it was like, if you had a team, you could probably do it in 8.5 minutes, but like solo, like I could do it in 11 and a half. And I'm like, okay,
That's
I would
pretty
tell,
nice.
yeah. So I'd tell my friends, I was like, hey, look, if you guys want to grind, hit me up. If you don't, I'll do it by myself. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to make this happen.
You're Thanosing in it. Basically,
Yeah.
I'll just do this
but
myself.
like that was the problem. It was like, when I first started playing, as I said, it was a 30-minute activity. Your build had to be right, your weapons had to be right. You really had to think about how you were going to approach things. You had to strategize rooms. If you had I remember there was one weekend we farmed Scarlet Keep. When we did it, when we attempted to do it, I think our success rate was like 66%. Like it was not a guarantee that you were going to get in there and do it and complete it. It was more likely than not, but compared to like now or like how it was, where when we're doing Insight Terminus in 9.5 minutes and it's a 95 or 98% completion rate, it's like, what are we even doing? And that's, yeah, PvE just fell off so hard that it really just became a PvP experience. And as you're well aware, Bungie does PvP very well.
Yeah, for sure.
The Halo games obviously being the iconic experiences that they are. Destiny 2 is seen as like the millennial retirement home of arena shooters. Like, it's very similar physics and movement, and it's really good gun feel, and it's all PV3 and 6v6, and you get some space magic in there. And so that had become sort of the goal of, okay, I'm going to play a